Oh, welcome back to the ramblings of me, somehow. And look, oh, guys, I'm so smart. I figured out how to pull up chat. I figured out how to pull up chat. I'm gonna put it somewhere. I'll put it right here. I'll make it a little bit smaller. I'll be able to see y'all. Right there. Cool. Why did I do that? Oh, shit. This thing's really pissing me off. Maybe I don't want to go full. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because of this. Okay. See, I think I had trouble. I think I had trouble last time. Because this whole canvas was, how do you say, all the way to the left of my entire screen. Can you see it? Oh, you can see my desktop. I don't know if I like that, to be honest. TBH. I don't know if I like that you can see my desktop. Okay, there we go. I can see the chat, and none of y'all can see the OBS. Cool. I'm gonna let you know, the last time I logged off of the stream, why did I do this? The last time I logged off of the stream, I found 2 scorpions up in this bitch. 2. I don't even like 1 scorpion to be up in this bitch. It is currently 12:33 a.m. March 11th, 2024. On God's green earth. I'm gonna finish the shading on this thing. I'm doing like cell shading. I should have made a separate layer for it. Oh, I did! Oh, I'm so smart. I love myself. So, what am I saying? I'm streaming so late, and no one's gonna watch, because no one watches at this time of night, at this ungodly hour. I'm streaming because I'm a little sad. Okay, is that what you wanted to hear? I'm a little sad, and I would like to distract myself, and distract myself in a way where I'm not crying about it. I don't want to cry about it. So I'm streaming to bitch about it with you guys. Can you hear my computer? It's mad at me. I'm not doing much. I'm just streaming and drawing. I only wanted a PC to do this. Did I care if people watched it or not? No. You know why? Oops. The thing is, I have like a personal journal. I have a personal journal that I write all of my oh woe is me things in. And I'm tired of writing. I don't want to write anymore. So I came on the internet to bitch about it instead. I guess we will continue. Or is it? Well, I guess it is. Cool. I would like to change the settings on this, please. But I don't want to do it on stream because I'm kind of scared that y'all will see something you're not supposed to see. And by that I mean my personal information. There's some ruckus going on upstairs. I wonder what that's all about. Thing is, does this shadow make sense? Should I just fill this entire thing? I think I should just fill this entire thing. I'll sculpt out like the breastbone instead. The chest muscles, if you will. I want to change Koro's character design to not have as big of boobs. I think I designed her that way because I low-key want big boobs. I don't have them though. And it's so fucking weird because growing up the scrawny skinny, like not even like desirable skinny, I was like the heroin chic what do you call it? Scrawny. They called me a string bean, if you will. So growing up as the string bean, I'm built like a door. I got no curves on the X or the Y plane. I got no curves head on, and I got no curves if you see me from the profile. So that really fucked with my head, because the desirable skinny is you just have a small waist, but everything else is not small. And everything about me was small. So it wasn't until I maybe 22, I turned 22, is when I really started to gain a bunch of weight. And by a bunch of weight, I mean growing up 95, 102 pounds max up until 22. And I blame that on like medicines that I was I wasn't forced to take them. I had to take them for my sanity. So that I had to take, emphasis on had, for myself. Medication I had to take, I think, made me blow up. And it's so strange when I think about it now, because I really was in denial. I didn't change the way I dressed. I wore the same clothes that I wore when I was like 40 pounds skinnier. I was in denial. I was like, oh, it's just a little tight. Maybe it's shrinking in the dryer. No, you weighed 160 pounds. You went from 102 to 160 pounds is what happened. And it wasn't until like I started, and I don't know what happened. I stopped. Well, I know, my channel's dead. I stopped creating content. So that means I stopped looking at myself in a device. I have no selfies from the year 2019 to like maybe 2020. I have a lot of videos of myself because I was on TikTok, but I don't really have like a significant amount of pictures of myself. So I didn't have anything to stare at and wonder if it was good enough. Arguably, was that better for me? I saw no difference. Mentally, I was still insane. But I wasn't really worried about my weight, so I guess there's that. It wasn't until I started seeing pictures of myself where I was like, oh shit, am I fat? Me fat? I never thought that would happen to me. It was ultimately something that I wanted for the longest time, was to gain weight, thinking that it would give me my desirable curves. But no. Everything got big. Just everything. And now I went down to like 145, and I was stuck at 145 for a while. And then just recently I went down to 126, and I haven't been 126 for 4 years. So I'm very proud of that. And I am depressed because I feel like I am gaining weight again. I really shouldn't care. Why should I care? My husband really doesn't care what weight I am. I even asked him to. I was like, I was almost in a size 10 jeans. That didn't bother you? I had cellulite and stretch marks on my ass and thighs. You didn't care? No? Dude, that's crazy. Why didn't you care? Why didn't you tell me anything? You didn't tell me I was getting fat. But it's weird being, I think it wasn't that I'm built flat. I think it was that I was literally an adolescent. I was a teenager. I wasn't developed. So then I developed. Dude, I forgot her industrial piercing. I know I didn't draw in my eyebrow piercing because she's gonna get covered by the hair, but I didn't even draw the industrial. Where's my line layer? Oh, okay. I'm guessing it's a 4. No, that's too thick. It's probably a 3. That's all wonky. I hate it. Anyway. I'm sad because remember a long time ago, I was making a video about how Charlie's bodysuit is like matted and gross and crusty, and I made a whole satire video about like, your fursuit, brush it? No, don't brush it. Let it lock up. Let it mat up. Your fursuit, wash the thing? Brush it? No, don't do that. It was one of those videos, and I made like a side comment about my suit being small. Why did I mention that? I don't know. And I'm sorry. But I was like, I made a comment about being having an eating disorder. Inappropriate. Also, I was in some denial. I absolutely have an eating disorder. What the fuck? Dude, I wasn't at that age that I was making those YouTube videos. I wasn't eating shit. I was consuming a lot of sugar, no water, eating like shit, but not like eating like a lot. Like I wasn't eating barely enough, and what I did eat was not good for me. Oops. So am I depressed because I might be gaining weight? Of course I am, because you never fully recover. Do I need to get the fuck over it? Yeah, because what I'm actually doing is bulking, and I know I'm bulking because I'm purposely eating more than what I usually eat. My muscle mass isn't growing as quickly as I want it to, so I'm bulking, and I hate it. I hate it because I like being lean and I can see all my muscle definition, and then when you bulk, it's all big, everything. But then you cut again. Oh, and then you cut again. Oh, and it's so good. It's so nice. I think I don't really need to be that strong. I don't need to be bodybuilder strong. I need I need calisthenic strength. I need to get my shoulder mount. My traps are finally big enough to where it cushions and I can roll over from the back of my traps to the front, and I don't roll over on top of my collarbone and bruise it. So that's cool. So I know the muscles are there. I just need them to be a little bit bigger. I need especially my abdomen. I need my abs to be more strong so I can do more dynamic things. Oops. Oops. Oh my god. Right here. I want to make this shading obvious, but I don't want to make it too elaborate, if that makes sense. I want to make it nice. I don't even remember how to shade. I kind of just shade until things look somewhat good. I really wouldn't make a good tattoo artist. I think I would make things too foggy, too muddy. It's like, where are these shadows coming from? These shadows don't make any fucking sense. I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. Oh, another topic I wanted to bring up was how I have a lot of topics. I just need to remember them all. But we're gonna start with the first one. I was talking about on the last stream how I wanted to start streaming for what I just said in the beginning as like a diary, right? But like a depressing one, and I don't know if I really want to do that to you guys. And by you guys I mean probably not a lot of people, so why should I care? And even if it was a lot of people, why should I care? I don't know. Trigger warning, this episode might be an episode, if you know what I mean. But yeah, tonight is one of those nights where I'm like, damn, why am I alive? And it's so stupid because I'll wake up the next morning and I'm like, why the fuck did I think like that? Life is great. That is precisely what happened to me on the eclipse. I'm like, damn, maybe life is worth living. Even last night, there was a storm that came through here. I had the way I face in my bed, I face my windows, and my windows in my master bedroom are front facing windows at the front of the house. So I always watch outside. If it's storming, I open the blinds so I can watch the thunder. And it was a thunderstorm for hours. It just kept rolling it in, and I loved it. And I'm like, dang, maybe life is worth living. Like, I love this. The earth is alive. The earth can't give up on me. So I can't give up on the earth. It was some stupid cheesy shit. Stupid. But tonight I'm like, oh, I hate it here. So I'm just taking it out on y'all. I hate it here. Such a pain in the ass. Dude, I'm in my 20s. That's not old. That's not old. I'm not gonna pretend that I am old. But come on. 50 more years? What am I gonna do? What am I doing? And it's one of those things where you're like, well, you don't really know what you're doing. You have to take it one step at a time. It's one day at a time. That's a long fucking time. That's a long time. Because you think 50 years, like 50 years. 50 years was almost 1980. We're closer to 1980 being 50 years ago than obviously 1990. That was the stupidest shit I could have ever said on this thing. Oh my god. Stupid. Don't listen to me. Listen to me, actually. Just not too closely. But you know what I mean. It's 2024. 1980 was 40 years ago. Almost 50. When you think when I was born was in the 90s, the 80s weren't that long ago. And now suddenly it was 40 years ago? What? I don't get it. So it's like the inevitable of I'm terrified of life passing by me too fast, while at the same time it's moving so painstakingly slow. And I don't want to live through that. Because when you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about maybe in the future I'm going to be happier. Like, I genuinely don't think that's how mental illness works. I think I can become tolerant of myself. And there's times where I do become tolerant because I'll have good days. Like, I'll have a bones day or a no bones day, you know? But I'm gonna be 72. I'm gonna have a no bones day. I don't want to do it anymore. And I want it to be my choice. Maybe I'm 27. I'm sick of it. And I want it to be my choice. I hate coloring this shit in. It's annoying me. And what I meant was, like, in the other stream about the select. See, what I usually do is I get the layer, I select all. And then, because this base is separate from this base, I can, oh, you know what? I could, I could have just turned this off and shaded, turn this back on, selected this layer, and then reversed it. It's too late now. We're more than halfway through the shading process. I think all I have to do is shade the jewelry, add highlights, and like that's it. Oops. Going away from depressing shit. I'm not going away from the depressing shit. It's just going away from the depressing shit that's about me. Going away from the depressing shit that's about me. Y'all fuck with Adventure Time? What's up with that? I can talk about... It is a kids show, and ultimately when you watch the episodes, they're just silly and stupid. But then they have these episodes where, like, out of nowhere, fuck, they're giving me the out of nowhere they're giving me 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink on my heart. They're giving me a shocker. Oh, the last episode was the horse poo brain because it was Ice King spying on them. The next episode is the backstory lore about, like, Marceline's mom. What? That's not accurate. Those are completely separate seasons. But you know what the fuck I mean. Some stupid, silly episode. And then the next episode, it rips you to shreds. It puts the pinky in your butthole. What is up with that? And it wasn't until Steven Universe is when I experienced another cartoon written as such. Mostly because I would like to think Rebecca Sugar took a lot of inspiration from that story writing. Not gonna lie, and this sounds so stupid, but Steven Universe gave me the courage to break up with my ex. Again, if you're watching, well, first of all, I think I already told you. And if I haven't told you, I'm sorry that you have to find out through a stream that I wanted the it's not even one thing, it's like many things that Steven Universe helped me realize. A lot of it is like the whole, and it's so mushy gushy, and that's not something I'd be into, but it's not like mushy gushy all about love. It's like about love in a way where you risk your well-being, you risk your safety, you risk what you're comfortable with to make the people around you happy. Not even in a romantic way, but in just like, you're somebody in my life that I care about. Actually, you're just a stranger. I value your life over mine. And it like talks about, it just goes into different scenarios about how like that's not okay. And especially with Steven Universe Future. I don't know why everyone shit on Steven Universe Future. I think it's because everyone's like, I don't understand how they made Steven out to be the bad guy in Steven Universe Future. Like, why'd they make him all like traumatized and toxic? I'm like, because you become toxic. You become toxic when you're traumatized. You become toxic when you're traumatized and you're not cognitive or like self-aware that you're traumatized. You don't realize that you're damaged. And that comes out in ways that can hurt others. And you don't know that you're hurting others. You know, or maybe I just look too in-depth into stuff because it is just a kid's cartoon. But I'm being for real. The trope of Pearl and Rose, and then in Steven Universe Future with volleyball, kind of hurt me in a way where you see maybe a past relationship or even a future relationship, like who they chose after you is they were so no that wasn't what it was about at all. It was I think Pearl volleyball was in denial of the abuse, and Pearl was also in denial of the abuse but then overcame it. So I guess it's being with a partner that's abusive, seeing the effects in it, seeing how their ex was, and then you break up with them, and then maybe you're talking to their ex and you're like, oh girl, like, yeah, he was a piece of shit, right? But that ex is still like, no, they were lovely, actually. No, he gave me everything I wanted. He made me really happy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I had an idea. about what I was gonna say. Maybe it was Pearl looking at herself. But I just think the trope of the sacrifice she did for Rose out of love. Out of love, and didn't get shit for it. Going back to Adventure Time. I think my favorite stories are... Because the whole thing about Adventure Time is deadbeat dads, right? Is the absence or the failure of fatherhood. The failure of fathers being fathers. Oops. What was it on? It was on 46, right? 46. It's fine, whatever. It's about the absence of fathers, or like the failure of fatherhood for their offspring. And one of my favorites is, I'm trying to think, like, who had a healthy relationship with their dad? And it's hard to think of anyone other than maybe Jake. Jake is the only one where you think of their mom and dad weren't separated, or the father didn't leave, or the mother is absent, or something like that, right? Like, the family's together. Canonically, even throughout the show, his mom and dad are still together. And but then when Jake talks about his dad, it's always like that dad thing where it's authority and discipline. There's no fonding memories of Jake telling stories of him and his dad in an affectionate and like loving way. It's always about like stern discipline. And I think that is definitely something that some people struggle with when they grow up. Is, yeah, like, no, like, my parents are together. My dad, me and my dad are cool. Like, me and my dad don't beef, but me and my dad never bonded over anything. Me and my dad, I was raised in fear. He ruled me in fear. And that sucks. That sucks because you're afraid. You're afraid of disappointing them. You're afraid of disappointing them, not because you respect them, but you're afraid of disappointing them because you're afraid of what they're going to say to you that's going to hurt you. They don't have to lay their hands on you. They're just like, you're a fucking loser. As an adult, I'm like, whatever, dude. As a kid, that's shattering. Maybe that's why Jake was like a mob. He wasn't a mob boss, but he did like mob shit. He did gang shit. Hello? Oh, there it goes. So, we're talking about Adventure Time with deadbeat dad theory. With Finn's dad, dude straight up left. He's like, oh. Well, see, his dad's weird. Because he eventually sees his dad, right? His dad disses him. He's like, I don't understand why my dad's trying to run away from me. Canonically, Finn wasn't cast out by his father. It was an accident with the Guardian. He was trying to escape, and his mother was one of the like more obedient civilians of that island where all the humans were. So she wouldn't help him escape, and he didn't believe in staying on that island. So he tried to leave with Finn. And I think this is all from memory. I've seen these episodes multiple times on repeat. So from memory, this is what I remember. Then the Guardian came out of the ocean. Bah! Right on top of Finn. Finn got like lost in the ocean. That's when Jake's parents find him. Naked on a leaf with Bum Bum stuck to him. Boom boom. That's crazy. Dude gets his arm ripped off. Father still doesn't give a fuck. I think since the light looks like it's coming from here, I'll do all of this dark, actually. All of that dark, and yeah, I'd be sad. I want to die, but that's nothing new. It's because I'm raw dogging life, man. Raw dogging it. I'm not taking no medication. Absolutely none. I was on Lexapro. Done with that shit. Shit made me fat. On top of that, shit made me not have libido. Lexapro single-handedly almost ruined my marriage. It wouldn't have ruined it. It was just stupid. It was just stupid shit. And then I got off of Lexapro because I'm like, I miss being intimate. That's when I lost weight to like 140, 145. So I knew it was medications making me fat. And then I switched to Wellbutrin. Fucking Wellbutrin made it worse, made me more fat. Then my prescription for my birth control ran out like 3 years ago. And I still haven't refilled it, and I don't want to. I don't see a point. I'm almost 26. I think I'll be fine if I have a baby. Like 21, 22, that was pushing it. Not abnormal for people to have kids at that age, but definitely was poor. I had no money. Spend money on rent. Lived off my tips. Tips were good, by the way. Tips, I got maybe 2 weeks, I got over $500. So I wasn't too shabby. It was really like main paychecks went to rent and bills, and then I had $500 to spend for 2 weeks. Fucking spent it on groceries mostly. Groceries are expensive. Groceries are like over $100 a week. So that's like, let's say I'll be generous, say $250. So that leaves me with $350. No. is 250. Yeah, 250 and 250 is 500. So it leaves me with 250. I didn't want to completely spend my money, so I would store it away for savings. Maybe I'll take out $50. You know what? $50 for lunch, then gas. Maybe by the end I'll have like $100. So no room for a baby. Room for me. Plenty of room for me. Room for a baby? No. So it's been a struggle for sure. This looks pretty good. I think I will connect the shadow like this. I think that's good. Little boobage action here. Don't know how to draw boobs because I don't have any. I have no reference. No reference point. Fun fact, I had a 4-year friendship based off of me drawing, just drawing in class in general. And I turned to the guy behind me and I said, by chance, do you know how to draw boobs? As if this 13, 14-year-old has seen a real set of boobs before. In real life. No. You know what he told me? He said, he's like, no, but I'm wearing a Job for a Cowboy hoodie and there's some boobs on here. And I was looking at him and looking at them as young as I was. I was like, in my head, I'm like, those boobs are ugly. Now, as an adult who has seen boobs, I have realized that's just how real boobies look. No one has a nice perky set of tits. What? But I don't know. I don't know. I don't have them. How did we get to boobs? Oh, because I was drawing cleavage. Okay, but what was I talking about before that? What was I talking about before that? Marceline, is it just you and me in the wreckage of the world? That must be so confusing for a little girl. Stay here with you, but I'm losing myself and I think I'm gonna lose me too. This magic keeps me alive, but it's driving me crazy. And who's gonna save you when no one's gonna save me? Please forgive me for all I do when I don't remember you. That shit sucks. And I need to rewatch those episodes with Marceline's. It was the series. I don't know if it was in Stakes, but it was definitely the series of her being a little girl. I think when just everything in general, just her getting her vampire powers. So I think it is in stakes. And it covers more because we kind of see this with Simon. I don't remember what season or what episode, but Finn and Jake were looking through his VHS tapes. They found a tape of him when he was still Simon before the Mushroom War. They found a tape of him slowly putting on the crown more and more. You can see like his nose, his eyes, his skin, his hair change slowly after the war and he was with Marceline. So we kind of understand this concept until around way in the later seasons in Stakes. It is Marceline's side of the story. And I think Simon was just like determined in general to be this great, I don't know about father, but I guess it's the same trope as Joel and Ellie, where he has this void because Sarah got shot and murdered in front of him. And that was his best friend. It was just Joel and Sarah together. And then I guess he kind of adopts Ellie as like a daughter figure. So I don't want to say Simon adopted Marceline as a daughter figure, but definitely took care of her like he was his own. And this is where another he wasn't a dad, but like deadbeat dad trope comes in. Is I think fuck off. Should I do add? Let me see what that looks like. Nothing. Probably because I'm white. Ooh. No. Overlay? No. Soft light? No. I don't remember what I used. What did I use? Did I use multiply? No, I didn't use multiply. Screen. No. Lighten. Dude. You know what? I didn't use white. I think I used dark colors. But who's gonna save you when no one's gonna save me? Please forgive me for all that I do when I don't remember you. Okay, so fuck off. I'm using my mouse. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna put it underneath the shading. Put it underneath the shading because I want to select just here. And then I'll do a separate thing for the hair. So here. I forgot how to clear. I guess it doesn't matter. I could just erase it. Whoa. That was easy. There. So, what was I saying about Marceline? Oh, because Marceline definitely adopts him as a father figure. because and I need to rewatch it because I don't remember what his justification was for leaving Marceline alone. But I really, really like, you can tell that she had to grow up fast. Even though she had someone looking out for her and taking care of her, the world was so disarray that she still had to look out for herself regardless. I can't really see what I'm doing. I'll put the shading back on. But I'm going to use a airbrush. I'm going to make it kind of big. Can you even see it? I mean, you can kind of see it, but I don't see shit. I can't really see shit, so I know when I put the lines back on, I'll be able to see a difference. Am I even doing anything? I'm gonna turn everything back on. Deselect. I was drawing outside of the selected zone, and nobody told me I was being a fucking idiot. Ignore that. I am under the influence. I can't believe I just did that on stream. It is archived forever on the internet for all millennia. Me, an idiot. Hey, Stinky. You eeping? Tonight, my cat is not bothering me, and I'm very happy about it. It is 1:23 in the asshole morning, and I have been up for an hour. I don't want to be here. I want to be asleep. But I can't sleep. These highlights don't really look like shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I am done. I don't really want to fuck with it anymore. I think it looks fine. I think it looks great. Turn off the sketch layer, that's stupid. I think he had to leave because he thought the crown was too much, like it was taking over him. And Marceline was just like, no, like don't leave, just don't put on the crown anymore. Oh, is it a parent of addiction? A parent of addiction? Oh. Oh. A parent choosing like their vice over their child. Oh, when they know it's bad. When they know it's bad. Oh. I'm sad. Because even before he leaves, he's like, Marceline, like, you have to be brave. Alone. I know, I'm sorry I have to leave you alone, but you have to be brave now. Or like something like that. And I like that for 1,000 years, Marceline hasn't once been angry with him. Even when later in the show you can see she never refers him as Ice King, she always refers him as Simon. Because I feel like people who have relatives of addiction, they go to visit them on the street. Either they barely remember you, they don't recognize you, they ignore you, they get angry at you. Maybe they talk to you like, oh, it's like, I'm so glad to see you. Can I have some money? For obvious reasons, you know? And then when you say no, or if you offer something else for them, they get angry with you, tell you to fuck off. Because for the longest time, I thought this was like a deadbeat dad, but like maybe like an older father, like someone fighting disease or dementia, with the way that Ice King does not remember Marceline, does not remember being that father figure, and Marceline having to be patient and constantly remind him of that. I need some water. I left it upstairs. I'm gonna sign off on this, and then I think I'm done with it, to be honest with you. What's the year? Oh, 2024. 24. There we go. Period. She's beautiful. So, I like the trope between Marceline and Ice King. I also like the trope of Pearl and Rose. I like the trope of I can have a whole conversation about Finn's relationship, how he wants to be with Bubblegum, and then moves on to Flame Princess, then moves on to Huntress Wizard. No. You remember the episode of Finn getting sexually assaulted? It was after his arm got ripped off. LSP gave him a little kiss. And he's like, okay, there you go, that's it. That's all I want to do. LSP's like, no, I didn't wait all this time to get a little taste of the shallow end. With you, it's gonna be in the deep end. I'm like, oh shit. It's like, come here, lover boy. Ugh. Starts tonguing him. Of course, they don't show that scene. Why would they show that? But yeah, and then it cuts to a clip of LSP asleep in the log because she's still sleeping in the forest because she ran away from home. And then Finn's like wide awake, laying on the ground with covers, but he's like trying to, like, you can tell he's uncomfortable because he's pulling the covers up over him, like he feels gross, like he wants to cover himself. oh, I hate it. Just like, and that happened for one episode, got brushed off completely. But it's an insinuation of sexual assault. But fun fact, my D&D character is based off the attitude of Lumpy Space Princess. She's a tiefling, 5 foot. She's skinny. She's got a skinny little body, a little tiny thing. She knows it. She knows she's cute. Fucking asshole, spoiled, rotten acolyte of a royal family in a royal estate. She thinks no one takes her seriously, so she runs away from home, away from her wealth, away from everything. She thinks she's better than them for some fucking reason. Has a she literally talks like this. the speech impediment. Super edgy, like Sigma wolf meme where you see like it's like the art of the werewolves where they're like tearing their shirt off. Ugh! And they're like howling at the moon for like while ripping their shirt off. It's like beautiful artwork, and like underneath it's like, when the bullies at school don't know who I really am underneath, or like when I do this and all the bullies, it's like some Sigma shit, something like that. You have to know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to put it in the Google right now. Sigma wolf meme. It is one of my favorite kind of jokes, only because I used to, as you know from the other stream before this one, that for like from 5th grade to ninth grade, I only drew wolves. Had so many OCs. Wasn't a furry. In fact, thought furries were fucking disgusting. Only drew wolves. So I just think it's funny because that was literally me when I was 11. But she's grown. She's not 11. She's grown. Talks with a speech impediment. Fucking spoiled brat. Has high intimidation level. She's a ranger. Tiefling ranger. Level 3. Intimidation cantrip. And dual wielding 2 short swords, a bow. Has a dungeon kit thing. I think I have a dungeon kit. I'm not even gonna look. I have the app. I'm not looking at my inventory. I have like a kit, and it has a crowbar. It has torches. It has a bunch of shit in it. Hold on. I just want to talk to y'all for a little bit. You can stare at my beautiful artwork in the process. So here, I'll zoom in so you can see it better. So, what was I talking about? I was talking about my D&D character. Oh, LSP and assaulting Finn. Yeah, that was gross. I remember watching that episode and I'm like, there's no fucking way. No fucking way they put that in the show. And they got mad because Marceline and Bubblegum liked each other. They wanted to cancel the show because of some lesbians. What? But Finn getting assaulted, that's fine. That's fine. It probably went right over their fucking head. They're too busy about the homos. They're worrying about turning the fucking children gay or something. Stupid. What am I saying? Okay, so timeline of Finn's relationships. It was obviously LSP was an assault, so it wasn't really a relationship. What came after? Did he have a relationship after that? Huntress Wizard. Him and Huntress Wizard. Like, Finn was too traumatized at that point to like her. Like, he wanted to like her, but he was like, these hoes playing. I don't want to. He wasn't about it. his heart was broken. He didn't have like a good relationship with love anymore. You can kind of see that, like, you can see that he has a crush on her, but he doesn't pursue it like how he pursued Bubblegum, and he doesn't pursue it like how he did with Flame Princess. And I think when I was younger, I didn't understand how Finn and Flame, how FP and Finn were toxic for each other. And the fact that they had so much in common, they got along so well. Ow, but they were so different at the same time that they fought about it. And I'm like, what? Like, that was their literal symbolism, is that Finn couldn't even touch her. It's like they can love each other. It's like they're forced to be platonic. Like, they're so good as a pair, but together, like, they can't be together. She, like, they're on their first date, FP was like, "You're a water elemental, you cry." Like, I guess that's a way to say, like, "You're the opposite of me." Oh, that means we can't be together. Because they really shouldn't be together. They don't belong together like that. Because obviously we need fire, and obviously we need water. Fire is life, water is life. Like, they go together, but, like, they don't go together. They can't be intertwined. And that sucks. And then her new boyfriend is fucking Cinnamon Bun. I didn't understand the Cinnamon Bun thing. Maybe Cinnamon Bun has something that Finn doesn't. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's a kid's show. It's supposed to be silly and stupid. Honestly, why didn't anybody see Bubblegum and Marceline being gay? Why was that not, like, a long time coming type of thing? Because y'all remember the episode where Finn tried to rizz up Marceline? And Marceline's like, "Ew, what the fuck are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, well, everyone else is making out. Why don't we make out?" First of all, Marceline's like 1,000 years old. Finn's like, what, 12? So if I was Marceline, I wouldn't want to kiss him either. But also, she was a lesbian. So she was like, "I don't want you." Dude, Marceline's ex? Is Marceline bi? Or was she just a lesbian that was like, "Fuck women, I fuck these hoes," and then try to go and date a man, but it didn't work out at all? That guy was a douche. What was his name? I don't remember. Marceline's ex. The man one. I don't remember. The dude was a dick. Hello. Hi, Stinky. Oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. My baby. I don't know if you can hear her purring. Oh, hi. Hey. You're so sweet. I'm working on getting a webcam so you can not necessarily look at my face, but it would be nice if you could see my fucking crane neck craning over the keyboard and the fucking drawing tablet. Or you can look at my cat, who they always have to be next to me, so they're always going to be on me. Right now, Taco Bell is on my shoulder, rubbing her face all over mine. And it's very sweet. And this is at the point where I'm like, maybe life is worth living. I think I like this little life. This little life. This is it. This is the moment of my cat rubbing her face on me. I love it. I love you. I love you, dog. Give her a little kiss. She hates it. Ever since she was a little baby. I had her since she was 3 months old. Her birthday was last Monday, April 8th. The day of the eclipse. She turned 3 years old. My baby, I had her since 3 months. And ever since she was a little baby, she hated kisses. I try to get her to like them. She just doesn't like them. I think she tolerates them, like, on the mane of her body, like her shoulder. But, like, if you try to kiss her face, she hates it. She is pissed. But that's where I want to kiss her, on her sweet little soft spot on her little skull. But no, she won't let me. Oh, we almost fell. Careful. I want to get into what the fuck do y'all know about She-Ra? Baby. Oh my god, you keep falling. You look stressed, like you're all puffed up. Come here. Come here. Come on, you're gonna fall over. Come on. What the fuck y'all know about She-Ra? And there's this other YouTuber I've watched her video about Catra being a perfect representation for, she was written, this cat just fucking farted in my face, that Catra was written off of BPD. Not written off of, she was blueprinted off BPD. Like, the characteristics of the disorder is what made her in that show. There's like a whole theory behind it, not a theory, but like whole explanation of how she represents BPD to a T, of how she would, because she's losing the person that she loves most, the person that she's closest to her, she's willing to destroy instead of join her. Because Catra could have easily, within the first episode, joined her. Like, hey, you know how we were like trained to fight the princesses all our life? Turns out they're not bad people. It turns out actually we're the bad people. And then Catra's like, yeah, dude, I know we're the bad people. I know. Also, why do you want to join them? What did they do for you? I've been with you all your life. Like, I know this place that we live at is bad. Like, we're literally the villains of this story. But, like, you're there with me, so I can ignore all the bad stuff that we do. And then, you know, she's like, no, I'm not going back with you because I want to be a good person, because that's what I'm a good person. And then Catra's, well, I don't want to be a good person with you. I want you to be a bad person with me. Why should I change for you? One of those things. I feel like that's a perfect representation of BPD, about how the person that the person that you love will literally, like, you you do anything for them, they can be serial killers. You'll be like, that's my man. That's my man. I love him. I'm talking like that. So unconditional that they can be beating you to a fucking pulp. And you're like, yes, thank you. Thank you for beating me up. I love you. I do understand the reasons behind these disorders and why people would think like this, but I'm not going to go into detail because, one, I'm not a psychologist, and on top of that, I only know what I've read and what I've been diagnosed with. So if I were to talk about it, it would be how I was diagnosed and how I react, not like speaking for everybody. I would be speaking only for myself as BPD being my diagnosis. But I really, really resonate with Katra of not having the strength to do the ethically right thing, because then you split. You split and you're like, it's this terrible hurt and sense of betrayal of, if you really loved me, then you would come back with me. So if you don't want to come back with me, that means that you don't really love me. Oh, my chest hurts after that. Oh, pinky in my butthole on that one. That really hurts. Ow. And so when you split, let's say with BPD, it's full anger, very dramatic, like over emotional type of anger, distraught, because it's not just like throwing a tantrum. Like it really, really hurts. It really hurts. It hurts like you're dead. Like, I saw you die. It's tragic. Like, I really can't believe you did that to me. So I would rather destroy you than join you, because how dare you? And that's how I think she felt. Is like, how dare you? You don't want to come back with me. You love me. You don't even know these people. You don't even know them. Who cares about them? Just come back with me and everything will be back to where it was. It'll be normal again. But no. And it's like, well, then fuck you then. Fuck you, I don't love you anymore. And then she goes back to, I think it's, what is it called? Shadowlands? Something like that. Where, she's throwing a tantrum. She's like crying and like tearing the room up. Just like that. And that's how I am with my, well, that's how I used to be with my tantrums. I used to break shit. And like I'd cry for like hours until it hurt, until like there was no more tears coming out. But like I'm so, like, it hurts my chest. So when I feel like people with BPD don't have another person to fall back on, they become in this state of mania, because they don't have anybody. But Katra had somebody to fall back on, but she never liked this person. This is somebody that she trauma bonded with, and that was I was literally gonna say Shadowheart, not Shart. Shart is not a part of this story. What's her name? Shadow something. But y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm looking it up right now. Shadow Weaver. Catra had Shadow Weaver to fall back on, and Shadow Weaver was bad. I feel like she knew of this dependency that she had to have with Adora. So she used that against her. She got promoted. She became team leader. Desperately, I guess, didn't want to connect to people. Didn't let people connect with them. Kind of stay like a antisocial, like outsider. On purpose. It's hard to explain because I haven't watched this show since its release. But I feel like people with BPD destroy the things that they held so dear to them because it's better to deal with it, like, because maybe like Adora didn't mean to wound her like that, but it wounded Catra, so it was like you wounded me, so I'm gonna wound you, and that's so BPD coded. She didn't want to get close to Scorpia. Scorpia was such a good friend. She was like, oh, fuck that bitch. You're not Adora. And maybe it was like being scared to get close to somebody again. And then the fear of replacing Adora. Replacing that love. Like, I can't love anyone as much as I loved Adora. And I don't want to attempt to love anyone more than her, because what if I do find somebody that's better than her? And then what? And then what if they leave me? So I'm just not going to try. I'm better just isolated. I'm better just by myself. And I feel like through the middle seasons, the middle episodes, that's how she was. I'm better by myself, because if I try to connect with somebody, then I'm moving on from Adora, and on top of that, maybe that person's gonna break my heart too. Moving on from that, because I don't have much to say about that. I'm challenging my manager. I'm challenging her. And it's either I get fired or I quit. It's like up to that point. This is so irrelevant, but it's so true. Like, she's really pissing me off. And it sucks because I cried over this woman. I got a rash from this woman because I was so stressed out that she was gonna die. She got really sick last year and I got so stressed. It's like, fuck, like I was just talking to them and now they're gonna die. And then this woman's alive and healthy and she's pissing me off. It's so fucking stupid. It's so funny. I feel like that's just how BPD works. Because she really became my person. She really did. I talked to her like every day about like really personal shit too. Like, I became really connected. And then, I don't know, she's like, this year shit's gonna change. And I'm like, not with me. No, dude, with me. Fuck me, what did I do? I'm a good employee. I try my best. I don't steal from anybody. I follow all the rules. I know how to do my job and beyond my job description. I know how to do everything. It's just like the little shit that I keep getting in trouble for. Like today she accused me of giving out a free haircut. And if the register drawer ended up short, that I would have to be paying for that haircut. And because we were closing, she didn't have the patience to see if the drawer was short. But I feel like if she remembers to look, and I don't know, because if the transaction didn't go through, then the drawer's gonna be short. But I don't know. I'm so fucking confused because that transaction definitely went through because she gave me a tip and then I had to hand her a receipt. The way this register works is that I put appointments in the appointment book. When you put appointments in the appointment book, the whatever you enter in your book becomes your ticket under that customer's name. So I put so-and-so express cut $30 for 30 minutes. At 2:30, I was done with the service. I walked them to the register. I started ringing out the transaction. During the transaction, I rebooked an appointment with them for 2 weeks ahead. While the transaction was taking place, I was messing with the appointment book. Now, remember what I said. The appointment book is where you put the customer's name and becomes the customer's ticket. So that means that the appointment book is connected to the POS system where I check people out. So what I'm thinking happened is when the transaction was going through, when the card was going through, everything was loading in the POS, I was fucking with the appointment book at the same time, and I think it just glitched. Because what happens on the POS side, now listen, I click a button called Check Out Client. I click that button. There's a list of names that are checked in from the appointment book. I check on the appointment that I was I click on her name, so-and-so. It brings up on the POS system express cut under Sarah, me, $30. Okay. I'm doing card. I think they gave me card because I had to pull the $10 out of the cash register. So I press the bank card button. The prompt for the tip comes up. She enters the tip, $10. Enter. The prompt to tap your card comes up. She taps her card. Transaction goes through. The cash register drawer opens. I grab my $10 that she tipped me. I close the cash register drawer. Then it gives me a prompt for me. Print receipt. I press print. And I know I press print because I remember looking at her in her eyeballs and asking her, "Do you want your printed receipt today?" And she said, "No. No, actually, yes, just in case my husband asks." So I rip the receipt off and I hand it to her. Now tell me where, and this is normally how transactions go, tell me where a transaction error could occur. Where it couldn't have gone through and it would have been my fault. Because if it didn't go through, it's not my fault. I handed her a receipt. Receipt is proof of sale, proof of transaction. So, with that being said, if I go to work tomorrow and my manager asks me, "Are you going to pay for that haircut that you gave away yesterday?" I'm going to say no. And like that fucking TikTok audio, they always say, and some people say it's hard to say no. I don't think so. Sometimes I like to add a little hell no in there. And what I'm going to say, hell no. Hell no. I'm not paying for that fucking haircut because she paid for it. And it's not fair for you to take money from me. And it's not fair to you for you to take money from so-and-so because they paid it. And that means I don't have to pay for it. And if there was a fuck up with the POS system, that is neither her fault nor my fault. I work under a corporation, a national corporation. I think $30 will not crumble them. And my manager is the type of person she's very stubborn. So I feel like this could go one of two ways. She could realize what I'm saying is true. Be like, you know what, you're right. I'm going to talk to Holly about it. I don't know why the transaction didn't go through. I'm not sure, but I trust you. She wouldn't say that shit. I feel like she doesn't trust me. But it's either going to go one or two ways. She's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to look into it. Or she's going to go, I don't really care. This money has to come from somewhere, and that means you're going to pay for it. I'm going to walk out. Not necessarily quit, but if she's going to make me pay for something that doesn't need to be paid for, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to take my stuff. I'm going to put it away. I'm going to grab my purse. And I'm going to leave. And I'm going to give her a little text message. If you look at the security cameras and you see proof of transaction through the cameras, I'm not paying for it. And I'm going to go home. And I'm going to come back the next day. And if she's there, I'm going to ask her, did you look through the security cameras? Did you see that I went through with the transaction and that was not a free haircut? And it's going to be a yes or a no. It's going to be a yes because she did see it on the camera, or it's going to be a no because she doesn't want to look at the cameras. And then I'm going to walk out again. And she's going to be pissed. I'm either going to get fired or I'm going to quit. But this is just the BPD talking, y'all. It's probably not that dramatic. If anything, she's probably never going to bring it up again. I'm going to be completely honest with you. She's probably never going to bring it up again. But, I don't know. It's stupid. It is, 2:03 in the asshole morning. I have to be up in 6 hours. Am I tired? Absolutely not. It's all this fucking sugar that I'm consuming too, I'm sure of it. But, I want to talk about Steven Universe. If we're going to talk about shows and their strange tropes that I become attached to, it would definitely be the Steven Universe movie with Spinell. Is another character that I relate to a lot. But I think I'm going to stop the stream. I finished the picture. So I was just rambling about some random shit. And I feel like y'all are definitely bored with it by now. Or you're just trying to go to sleep and you're listening to my voice. But yeah. I don't know. Next episode I definitely want to talk about Spinell. Maybe I'll do a little research and we can have a whole thing about it. I'll make a little slideshow. The thing is, I'm not good at making projects. I really want to talk about it right now, but I'm not going to. Anyway. I'm logging off of this fucking stream. Goodbye.